right, this is the Pig Trail. We are back with Otis Kirk, a recruiting insider. He has been busy this weekend, really busy weekend in terms of recruiting 5 visitors to the Hill. And Miles Slusher, I want to start with him because he's a DB. He's committed to Oregon, but he's out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Where is he right now in his recruitment?
Well, he's going to have a press conference at 2 o'clock Wednesday, and that's the first day of the early signing period. It's down to Arkansas, Nebraska, UCLA, and Oregon. And even though he's committed to Oregon, I don't think that's where he's going. I think the distance from home is going to be he told me today, this morning when I talked to him, he said that may not be the biggest factor, but it is a factor. And, you know, I get a feeling it's going to be between Arkansas and Nebraska. And I think Fayetteville's a little bit closer than Lincoln, but I think, you know, I mean, the biggest thing there is just, I don't know. I mean, Nebraska's not so far away that it would be a hindrance to go there. So I think that Arkansas's got a reasonably good shot. The connection there was Sam, and you know, he was a kid that was recruited, been here several times by the previous staff.
Yep.
Been here. Sam Pittman came to look at an offensive lineman at Broken Arrow and saw Miles Slusher. This is when he was at Georgia, and got a hold of the Georgia coaches and said, "Hey, we got a defensive back here we need to offer," you know. And so that's how he got to know Pittman. It was through Georgia because he was there recruiting Andrew Graham, the offensive lineman. So I feel reasonably comfortable about how he's going to major in business. Arkansas's got a good business school, but he says so do the other schools. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. But I think Arkansas is. I think it's going to be them or Nebraska.
Okay, Darren Turner, very familiar name.
Yeah.
This guy out of Memphis. He's an athlete, and he decommitted when Chad Morris was fired. But here's the deal: he visited this weekend, and he really spoke mainly about the fact that Sam Pittman comes from such an environment of winning, having been at Georgia as an assistant coach.
Yeah, he's really impressed with him. And Pittman told him the same thing that the previous staff did, that he can play on either side of the ball he wants to. I mean, he's a kid that's willing to play safety, but Darren really, I think, wants to be a wide receiver. And so, you know, and he can play either. And in fact, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure looking at him that he's not going to grow into a tight end.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, he's about 6'4" and 215, and it would not surprise me if eventually this kid became a tight end. And that's not coming from anybody over there or anything. So, I mean, I'm just saying that just looking at him, it wouldn't surprise me. He's one of the best looking kids that's officially visited here. Just if you're just talking about, you know, looking at him and stuff, just on the hoof. But I think Arkansas is in great shape there. You know, people some were upset they didn't get a public commitment this weekend. You got to understand, these kids have got press conferences scheduled for this week, and he's got one for Thursday. They're not going to spoil their press conference. That's just
right.
That's the now, and this is 2019. It's just the way they do it. It's just the way it's happening.
Yep.
Used to, you know, they'd see it and, oh yeah, I'm committing. Go ahead and put it, you know, on the paper, on the internet. But no, it doesn't work that way anymore. So he's going to announce Thursday, but I feel really good about Arkansas there. I would be very surprised if he didn't come to Arkansas.
All right. Donovan Johnson, this guy's from Louisiana. Interesting because he has it down to 2. He's a safety.
Yeah, and he's been committed to Virginia for a while, Drew. So for Arkansas to come in this late, and the previous staff was on him, so it's not like he'd never heard from Arkansas. The previous staff had a visit with him. He was supposed to come in the last weekend they were here, that Western Kentucky weekend, and Arkansas, they had to cancel their official visits that weekend. So he didn't get to come in that weekend, but he got here this weekend. He said it was a lot better than he thought it'd be, a lot better in every regard. And he said the players were a lot friendlier than he thought they would be. You know, he just didn't realize Arkansas was this nice. Now, he's just the opposite. I asked him, well, distance, because obviously Arkansas is closer, Fayetteville's closer to New Orleans than Virginia is, you know. But no, he said distance to home is not a factor with his mom, so it's not with him. Joe Fauché hosted him. Jalen Catalon was the host for Slusher, by the way, and Shamar Nash with Darren Turner.
Gotcha.
But anyway, he's a safety, 6'2", 180, and a kid that's going to make his decision Tuesday, and so we'll find out. At least Arkansas. I mean, you know, he was solidly committed to Virginia when he got here, and at least Arkansas gave him a lot to think about. So we'll just have to say, I haven't dealt with him enough to really get a read on him like I have with kind of Slusher and Darren Turner, you know,
Yeah.
and those guys. I've had more dealings with them, but we'll see. I don't have a feel, but it's good that Arkansas, like I said, has at least made the water there and made him think about it. It wouldn't surprise me if Arkansas got him, though.
Marcus Henderson, O lineman, 6'4", 310. He really talked a lot about the Memphis connection that was here in terms of the collection of visitors.
Yeah, he's Mr. Marcus Henderson. I mean, that kid's big. If he wants to be called Mr., you call him Mr. He is a huge kid. He's got offers everywhere. He's been offered by everybody, and he can go anywhere he wants. He's going to visit. He's not going to sign early. He's going to sign late or in February. He's going to visit Alabama in January. I believe it's the 27th, he told me. He's 24, 27, whatever that Saturday is, I'm sorry. But no, he's just a big kid that here's the connection. Though Brad Davis and Barry Odom were recruiting him to Missouri. They're now at Arkansas. Yep. And that's why they've got a good shot at him, is because that gives them. He likes Sam Pittman being an offensive lineman, coached before. And then his coach that was recruiting him to Missouri is here. The head coach at Missouri is here. So he's kind of getting, you know, he's got a lot of reasons to come here. I feel like he's not, you know, when you hear he's going to visit Alabama in January, you think, well, man, you know, there's no chance of Arkansas. He's not the type kid, I don't think, that is influenced that much by the fact that Alabama's up here, you know, right now. I feel like he made a comment that, you know, if you don't go to Alabama, LSU, or Clemson, you're probably going to a school that's rebuilding. And he said that's fine with him. But he said Sam Pittman will get it done at Arkansas. I said, you confident about that? And he said, no doubt. So, I mean, he's definitely sold on Sam. Yeah, he's sold on Sam Pittman. And in the fact that Arkansas is coming off a 2-10 season, and Alabama, you know, I think 10-2 or whatever they were, that doesn't phase him. So that's not going to be. He may go to Alabama, but that's not going to be the determining factor that a lot of people might think just by when you say Arkansas and Alabama, you look at the difference right now where the programs are at, and it's not going to be the deciding factor that maybe you think it will with him. You know.
Just looking at national prominence right now,
right.
The scope of the SEC West and just in college football in general. Let's finish with Ray Curry. This guy's an O lineman as well. Now, he left for Missouri on Saturday, but he did make that visit to Arkansas this weekend.
Yeah, he's been committed to Missouri for a while, but there again, it goes right back to this. You've got Brad Davis here. You've got Barry Odom here, and those were the guys that were recruiting him to Missouri. Those are mainly the reasons he committed to Missouri to begin with. And the fact he took an official visit here. He was at Mississippi State last weekend. He did go to Missouri, but now Curry, I feel really good about. He will sign Wednesday. He will sign early, and I think Arkansas is in really good shape with him. Now, did something happen after he left here and went to Missouri? I don't know, but of course, obviously, I hadn't talked to him. Don't know if he's home yet. You know, but I feel very good about Curry, and I think if they get Curry and Turner, then that helps with Henderson because it gives you more Memphis, you know, here.
Yeah.
And Curry and Henderson are pretty good friends. You know, they talked about possibly going to Missouri together, and so now it might be Arkansas together. But like I said, Sam Pittman, Brad Davis, Barry Odom give them a very good chance at Ray Curry Jr.
Yeah.
The reasons that he was going to Missouri are now at Arkansas. So it makes sense that, you know, I mean, I just have a really good feel about, because he had actually committed to Missouri, whereas Henderson hadn't.
Right.
And so I feel really good about Curry coming to Arkansas. I think people will ask us in general, Drew, about the 5 visitors this weekend. I think Arkansas will, I can sit here and tell you, I think for sure they get Darren Turner, and I feel like they've got a reasonably good shot at all 4 of the other ones. So not saying they'll get all 5, I'm just saying they do have a shot at all 5.
So they made a lot of progress, regardless, just in terms of the talks, the connections.
We're 1 week away from, we were in the studio here talking about Sam Pittman being hired.
Yeah.
And so to make up, you know, there's 3 4 stars, 2 high 3 stars right there. To make up that much ground in 1 week, that's pretty good. That's really good recruiting, you know.
Plus, you're talking about potential trench hogs. I mean, if you can get Curry and Henderson,
oh man,
you're talking about getting better in the trenches, and that's one of the main reasons why Hunter Yurachek hired Sam Pittman.
Yeah, and you've got Darren Turner's got that size. You know, Slusher and Johnson, you can plug them into the back end of that secondary.
Yeah. So
you're really talking about making it better. But yeah, I mean, offensive linemen with Pittman and Davis are really going to be attracted to Arkansas with that combo.
Yeah, a lot of movement right now in terms of the coaching staff, and I know Otis will stay on that. Much more on hogville.net. Otis, appreciate it. Thanks very much.
You bet.
More of the Pig Trail coming up right after this.